There's no athlete that connects with his fans quite like Amir Khan. On Facebook, he has 300,000 followers. On Twitter, 200,000. I reached out to some of his fans to hear what questions do they have for the boxing champion. Here are some of the questions and Amir's answers. Ellie asking, why doesn't he fight Prescott?
I'd love to fight him again. You know, it was just that Prescott, since he beat me, he's lost his last 3 fights. But I think, you know, he needs to maybe prove himself a little bit. But I'd love to take that fight on. We did put it to him, but we're going to answer back.
Is Amir Khan Floyd Mayweather fight on the horizon?
Definitely, you know, that's a fight in the future that could happen. It's a fight that the fans want to see. And, you know, I want to keep on winning, and in the future it'll be even bigger. You know, the stakes are going to be so big that people want to see that fight. And I think in the next 6 to 12 months, I think it'll happen.
Will you do a 50-50 split with Bradley if you did fight him?
You know, at the end of the day, I think I'm the bigger draw in the fight, even though, you know, Bradley might be the number 1 and I'm the number 2. But I really think I am the number 1. But, you know, I think I'll just leave it with my team. The percentage and everything, the purse, I don't really get involved. I just want to get in the ring and fight him, really.
And actually, now you have your own promotion company. You're promoting this big fight. How's it going so far?
It's going really well. You know, the next fight against McCluskey is going to be promoted by Khan Promotions. And also, you know, I don't know if you know this, but Hatton Promotions are going to be co-promoters with us. So, you know, it's going to be good to get Hatton back in the picture again and do some work with him.
Ask Amir, if he beats Bradley, will he challenge Pacquiao at 147?
Me and Pacquiao will never fight each other. We've spoken about this so many times. We've sat in cars and while we're going to the runs, and we have a little laugh about it. Think about, you know, me and Manny, we've trained together, spent a lot of time together, and I think it's just not right us getting in the same ring. We've got the same trainer, Freddie Roach, and I think it's going to be very difficult for Freddie to pick who he wants, you know, to be in the corner with. It's going to mess up a lot of things. So, you know, I'm sure there's other fighters out there that we can fight.
Famous news anchor Stella Anger is asking, what are your thoughts on CNN's Piers Morgan to say that Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather should watch their back because Amir Khan's coming and he's taking over?
Well, you know, Piers is a great guy. I think he's doing a great job, first of all, for CNN. And he's speaking sense. And that's all I'm going to say, because, you know, he knows how good I am. I've known Piers for a long, long time. And, you know, he's been following my boxing career for a long time as well. But yeah, you know, definitely. I want to become the best fighter in the world. I think everyone has their dreams to become the best in the world. And, you know, Piers knows what dream I have is to become the best. So to become the best, you have to beat the best. So Floyd's one of them out there.
Considering your fight is going on during Manny Pacquiao's training camp, how will that work?
Yeah, we've spoken to Freddie about that. Freddie said we're gonna train here first in LA, spend about 3 weeks in LA, me and Freddie together. Then we're gonna fly to the Philippines, where Freddie's gonna be, you know, spending a lot of time with me over there as well. My strength conditioner, Michael Vale, is gonna spend time with me there, getting me ready, doing my runs in the morning. But you know, Freddie knows he's got.
So you will be in England in your corner.
Definitely, Freddie's going to be there. What Freddie said is he's going to, after I'm going to spend 3 weeks in the Philippines. 2 weeks before the fight, I'm going to fly back to the UK. Freddie's not going to be with me for the first 5 days. Freddie's going to fly for the last week of the fight with me because he's going to be with Manny Pacquiao. So it works perfectly, really. I've got an assistant who's going to be Freddie's assistant who's going to be with me, taking me on the pads and everything. Freddie's giving the game plan. That was what we need to do. But at that time, all the hard work's done anyway. So we're just going to be.
It's the winding down period.
It's a winding down period.
If you're not ready by then, you're in trouble anyway.
Exactly. So we're going to be ready regardless. But Freddie's going to be with me for the last 8 days.
Hey, some of these fans are asking good questions, Amir. You have future reporters here.
Making me think.
Do you think Bradley's headbutting is intentional? Now, Timothy, I'm not asking this. These are fans asking.
You know, I think he knows that he can hurt people with his head when he throws shots, and people might think it is accidental, but I think there might be you know, he does it by purpose sometimes. There's a chance of him just doing it by purpose, because when he throws his backhand, he comes in with his head. You know, he throws it backhand and he leaps in, which I think for a boxer, you know, the one thing they've always said to you is you always have to keep your head behind your front foot. You know, and he doesn't do that. He steps in with his head first.
might make it easy to knock out if you could connect on that chin.
Exactly, you know, and I think all Daniel Alexander had to do when he was fighting him was take a little step back, let him come in with his head and catch you with uppercuts, or catch his head first before he touches you. But I think you'll have to watch his head. That's one thing. I think his last 4 or 5 opponents have been they've been hurt and they've suffered headbutts. So when I fight him, I'm sure I'll be watching that head of his.
Oh, there you have it. Thank you everyone for sending in your questions. Thank you Amir for taking the time and answering them. Make sure you follow Amir on Twitter, Amir King Khan. Also, he has a fan page on Facebook, the official fan page. You'll see over 300,000 followers and growing. In Los Angeles, I'm Elie Seckbach reporting.